Welcome to Surf Dudes with Attitude, a podcast about California dreams. Gentlemen, good evening.
Surf Dudes with Attitude. I'm your co-host, James.
Thank you, Zach Throne.
I'm the producer, George.
Hi, guys. What's happening?
You know, not much. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I laughed at
What?
a
This
couple
one?
spots in this episode.
There were 2 or
Okay.
3 LPs on the last per episode on this one.
Yeah, it got me good.
I'm anxious to hear them. I did not clock one. If I'm being transparent,
That's fair. I can see why, but this was
because
definitely
I'm
the
a
point.
husk of a human being. Is that why?
This was definitely the point in the series where I stopped and thought and looked back and went, "Wow, this is nothing like what we started with." Like, for whatever reason, something about castles in the episode came up, and I thought of Castles on Quicksand. And I'm like, we are so far from season 1.
I mean, I didn't even. What a blast from the past! I really appreciate that. But I was gonna say, are we not? We are almost halfway through the entire series.
Wow.
If my math is correct, we're almost halfway through season 3, and ergo, that would be half of 5.
It's pretty crazy.
George, that's a lot. That's a fuck
It's
ton.
an insane amount, yeah. And I've talked to maybe half of the cast. So
These episodes are disappearing like castles on quicksand. If you think about it.
yeah. I mean, don't build castles on quicksand. It's pretty sage advice.
This has turned into the long hello. This at the top of this episode before we start actually talking about this episode.
Do you prefer the long hello or the Irish goodbye?
Well, we should try an Irish goodbye at the end of this episode and see if anybody writes in and is upset.
All right, we've derailed.
Yeah, what the hell? Sorry, did you write something? Oh, there it is. I see. Okay. This is you? Cool.
Yeah,
Right, cool.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Cool.
I'm wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. That's so perfect.
Is that what you did?
That's why I said what I did in the chat. Yeah, because Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with.
George, it's nothing to fuck with. You can say
fine.
it.
Well, we do a podcast about a kid's show, Pete.
This show is definitely not for children.
It is definitely not.
Hey,
You're right. We are more in line with Wu-Tang Clan.
You know, it's really sad because I'm wearing this shirt for this episode when I have many more appropriate metal shirts that would work better. But I just had a guy on my podcast who is actually like half of the Wu-Tang Clan's audio engineer.
Oh, that's amazing.
I didn't wear this shirt for him, and I feel like an asshole now.
Well, isn't that kind of like wearing the shirt of the band to the band that you're going to see, though? Like,
Kinda, but it's fucking Wu-Tang, dude.
Okay. All right. I get that, and absolutely, James, totally with you. But Pete, you're talking about wearing the band of the shirt to the band that you're going to see. But you talked last episode about wearing your own T-shirt. Where does that fit in?
I bought it. I'm allowed to wear it. Okay. I get a kickback every time I wear it, basically. Okay.
It's like the dumbest pyramid
it's
scheme of all time.
It is not like, let's be honest, it's Wu-Tang. It is not like this is a special, very elite club. The Wu-Tang Clan, the tree of life from the Wu-Tang Clan was, how do I say this? It spread all over the place like out of control ivy vines all over a mossy wall.
The tree became an invasive species.
Yes, an invasive species for sure. When we were playing in the subway one time, we got a note that was like, "Hey, I'm a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. I really like your stuff. Hit me up here." And he gave a Twitter handle, and we're like, "Oh fuck, we made it." Apparently, he was like in the Wu-Tang family, like the fourth cousin twice removed kind of situation. So anybody could kind of, if anybody ever worked with them, affiliated with them, and there was a lot because they were not the most organized of musical acts. Okay, so I'm glad you got to meet one of them from behind the scenes.
Well, I actually know. I work production events with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys talk about conspiracy stuff?
No, he's not into any of that shit.
James has given up on his own podcast, finding any guests.
He's a real serious individual. No, he just, his bandwidth is audio engineering and live events. That's what he does. So
I do want to say I made fun of you for your T-shirt, and I am wearing a Waning Moon T-shirt.
Yikes.
I'm wearing my T-shirt today too.
You started a production company just so you could make a T-shirt. Like, what a
I made it
backwards
for the
ass way
shirts,
of getting
man.
merch.
I made it for the apparel.
That was a delightful self-own right there.
Well, please like and subscribe to the podcast so we can justify all the merch that we have bought. Because
I do want to say
there's plenty.
We have made some changes. All of our YouTube videos are now available for free, so you can see all of the video recordings now on YouTube.
Are those uncut?
They're uncut, just like
all
you.
natural. That's great.
I thought you were making a Wu-Tang reference, but
no, my Wu-Tang knowledge has eclipsed at the 3-minute conversation that we had. Okay. Anyway, we're here to talk about California Dreams. We're actually here to talk about an episode that has some continuity. So I don't know, James, if you want to get into it, if anybody wants to write the show, it's at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. Please, again, like and subscribe the show. And yeah, all of our videos are on YouTube for free. So no more paywall. We listen to the masses.
What more can you ask for?
Well, some Wu-Tang merch, I guess.
Definitely some Wu-Tang merch. That's like first on the list of asks.
Yes, the Patreon perk.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, I just wanted to follow up on last week.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that this episode did not fall into the easy trap with this is a school for the blind type of a thing.
Oh. But isn't, we're going to get into it.
We will.
I was a little unsure about where she was headed. So we're going to jump right into it and we're going to test that point. Okay. I think, and last week, James, we just didn't even do a catchphrase to get into this.
Well,
and
we don't need to.
Okay.
We don't need to, but just for the record, it's vavoom.
It's
for anyone that's interested, our catchphrase is vavoom. So vavoom. Here we go.
I hate it. I hate it so much. So we're gonna be talking about episode 6 of season 3 called The Long Goodbye, which aired on October 15th, 1994. Okay. So I have to correct myself. This is I'm here waving a white flag. I fucked up. The last time we saw Nikki Cox as the character of Allison, I said, like we have seen in every other fucking California Dreams episode, I said we're never going to see her again. I completely forgot that there was like a sequel episode to that. And yes, this episode deals with her and Sly's relationship, and they fucking give they give an update on how long they've been together. So not only do we get a recurring character with the same actress playing it, we also get a timeline like check-in.
It was a stunning amount of continuity. Okay. Not just did the character come back, but like to have this whole episode be like committed to this pre-existing thing, it just kind of reinforces the idea that this is the season where the writers woke up and they're like, okay, we're making a show here.
I
So
think
let's
a
make
different set of writers woke up. Maybe a little more competent. They're like, what? We don't have to fucking worry about a band anymore? Then yeah, I can do this in my sleep. I definitely want to say, like, Nikki Cox is probably one of the best actors on this show. And her character is fucking great too, because like although the punchline is usually about her being blind, it's not all that she is. Like she's sarcastic and she's very witty and she like stands up for herself. She's a very well-rounded character. And it's kind of a bummer that this is it. But I guarantee if she was just run-of-the-mill actress and she just played the part, kind of written whatever, we would not have got this second part. I think they specifically wrote this because, she was so strong in there,
Did she like go on to do like maybe there was like an actual conflict Maybe they were trying to have her as a recurring guest, but then like she got a job on another show.
Well, I
or
mean,
she goes to a school to learn how to teach blind children. Or
that was my only LP this episode, and it was not like a genuine one. I like chortled pretty hard when that part came up, but no. Before we'll get into it, but like I don't think she would have stayed on because that would require Sly to be a good guy for a long time, and
yeah,
those are fleeting moments and all that. So anyway, we're gonna start. We're gonna go back. I was thinking right when it came on, and Zachary Throne's beautiful music. Zachary Throne's beautiful musical voice. Stop sneezing.
2 times, baby.
Zach Throne's beautifully musical voice came on, not matching Mark's face or body at all. I was like, thank fuck this show is still on YouTube. Like, what would we do if this show just got fucking ganked off YouTube? And I know I'm jinxing it, but George, you don't have to jump on, but like, do we have any kind of contingency plan? Like, somebody should be downloading these episodes just in case, a societal collapse comes, just so we have some kind of hard copy of these episodes.
Honestly, it's money. It's money. And based on the previous thing you said, how you were like, no way she'll come back, and then she comes back. Maybe you should just keep saying society will collapse and we won't be able to get the archive of these recordings, so that it actually just stays on the internet. Society doesn't collapse.
I need Anonymous to fucking
you're holding
hack
society
the internet
together.
archive. I need Anonymous to hack the internet archive and get this up. This should be the only thing in those servers.
Look, there's a 100% chance some very interesting individual has this on VHS, maybe even Betamax.
Oh, 100%.
Guaranteed.
Dude, when MacGyver was not on streaming, like before everything was on streaming, I bought black market MacGyver DVDs, okay? No, I bought them on tape. I bought on DVD. I found the To Catch a Predator series somebody had burned on DVDs.
It's like the movie 8mm, but way lower stakes.
And without Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
In this transaction.
Anyways, back on target here.
Yeah.
So we're at the long goodbye. We have an episode with, again, a stunning amount of continuity, and we have Sly and his girlfriend, who I just want to say, when I see a lot of people, she's not actually blind, right?
She's not actually blind.
That's how good the acting is. Okay. When I see a lot of people, when I see a lot of people pretend to be blind, act as a blind person on a show, they tend to go tropey. And I feel like she does a pretty accurate job of like making it obvious that she can't see, but then also not like playing to stereotypes that people would have about like how blind people would act.
Yeah. It's okay. So I think if this came out today, this isn't even on our notes. I'm just on the fucking cuff, James. Like, do you think she came out today, she did this role, people would be like, they should have given that part to a blind person?
100%.
Yeah.
Are you alive in the society that we live in right now? Yes, 100% that would happen. She would be crucified.
That's ridiculous because she did such a good job. And again, the punchline was usually that she was blind, but it was never so much at the expense of actual blind people. It was she could joke around. She was fucking self-deprecating, and that's how she got through it. And yes, it was a focal point, but like not as much. That first episode called Blind Date, like it was a little more part of it. This was actually about a breakup that she just so happened to be blind,
Yeah, but we can't rail on the names of the episodes too bad because Yoko Ono, as we discussed previously. So we're not.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Okay,
this one was like a tad less offensive to the ACLU. Okay,
yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Seriously.
Okay.
Anyway, so we open up.
Sharkey.
She and Sly find themselves at Sharkey's again, and immediately they're setting up some of my favorite jokes.
Okay.
He's treating her so nicely, and the thing there is that Sly is a scumbag.
Yes.
So he's treating her so nicely. But Tony and what's his name? Jake right? Yeah, Jake.
Yes, Jake.
Yeah, they
You should know this by now.
they are not treating their girlfriends as nicely, and the girlfriends are getting
time
a
out.
little
Time
jealous.
out. Time out, James. I guess a lot has happened in the last 2 months, and the show did not even like have the wherewithal to brace us for impact. Tony and Sam are now an official couple.
Yeah.
They flirted one time. We didn't even see them kiss until this episode. They are a full-fledged fucking couple.
But as we find out, because of the continuity, 2 months have passed, and that flirtatious behavior has blossomed into a full-scale relationship.
But apparently, we are already seeing some growing pains from this relationship, where Tony is resting on his laurels. He's not being romantic anymore. But maybe it's just because Sly is like up is down, down is up.
I think the reason both of their girlfriends are so upset is because Sly is being this way.
Yeah, not known for his chivalry.
If Sly wasn't being this way, I don't think they'd be upset about their boyfriends not being so chivalrous.
Okay. All right.
But because Sly is doing it, he's making them look bad, which they even pull him aside and say, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? You're making us look bad here." And you can't. I think is why they're so upset. They're not. It's not like Jake or Tony are behaving out of character, but when looking at Sly and their relationship, you see what I mean? Like
I see what you're saying.
That's where at least from my perspective, that's why they're
that's the
so
juxtaposition. Sure, I get that, and I get that it's just a plot point for the B plot. Fine, whatever. But
I will say this though. This is the first episode. When they pull him aside, I did think this. It was the first episode why I understood why they call Sly Ratface.
Oh,
and he's kind of
did you catch him at a different angle? Did the outside sun hit him at a certain ray?
It's kind of mousy. Let me see if I can just
I'm
gonna pull up a picture. I'm gonna pull up 2 pictures. I want to pull up a picture of Sly from the profile. Okay.
All right.
And then no, God.
James is writing Ratatouille in Google
and
for a side-by-side comparison.
I'm gonna. You can't get the same profile, but you see what I'm saying here, right?
No, okay.
Do you see? You can't see this other window, right? I'm gonna put it back up here.
No,
Do you see?
Spitting image.
You see this? You see this?
They have convinced me.
It's kind of mousy. Now look, people might think I'm being mean to Sly, and I'm not being mean to Sly because a man can't have it all. A man can't be as ripped as Sly.
I'll take a rat face for one of those abs that
Thank
he
you.
has.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So we're giving a little gentle ribbing here, but at the end of the day, Sly is friggin' ripped.
So
You know?
I noticed something in this scene where guess who's mysteriously absent from this table scene talking about their relationship.
I don't think it's mysterious. It's Tiffany.
It's
and
Tiffany.
You know why? Because she's in a room somewhere boiling with rage. Okay. Everyone is now in a fun relationship. They're cutting her out. And she knows it. So
I thought that too until I saw Mark is not there as well. And then George brings up a good point, and I have this written down as well. It's like, when the fuck, it would have made so much sense for Mark and Tiffany to hook up at some point. But I have a question for you, and this comes up later, but I'll bring it up now. I'll posit it to you. Is Mark gay? Is the character of Mark gay before he could actually be gay on television?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I also think that in the 90s, like you were saying, before Ellen DeGeneres said it on her show, it was not to ever be talked about. It wasn't even to be implied.
I don't think it's coded. I'm just pontificating here.
I think it.
He loves romance novels in this episode. It's like a big plot point for him.
Yes, but he's also like, up until he gets in the band, he's a sheltered kid who buries himself in playing piano in the arts.
George, don't come on. But have you thought? Have we seen Mark at all interact with a girl in a va va voom, great googamoo
Not
kind
yet,
of way?
but he's only been here for a little bit.
The only time he's interacted with a girl was with the manager from last episode, and he did not want it whatsoever.
But to be fair, would you?
She's awesome.
Yeah,
hopefully
but
she comes on our podcast, and I can express my love for her.
Her personality and how she was presenting herself to Mark. Would you?
Okay.
If you were in Mark's position,
Mhm.
having this very obnoxious person thrust on you, would you welcome that with open arms, or would you recoil in disgust?
I would pretend I was blind and completely not interact with it. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the scene where we find out that 2 months have passed. The stunning continuity that we're talking about has been given a complete timeline. They actually say 2 months. I can't fucking believe it. I don't know what month it is in the school year, but I'm happy. 2 months. That actually makes sense. That would be a long time in dog years and horse years for a teenage relationship to blossom.
I think we kind of mentioned Tiffany's absence.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the next scene, it's revealed that she is head over heels about the new book, Castles in the Wind.
Yes.
Okay. And yes, you're right. Mark doesn't want to have the book spoil his anticipation for the movie. But I don't think that's anything to say about his sexuality. Just saying. Okay. He likes romance novels. There's plenty of guys that read romance novels. All right. Women aren't the only one, okay? They're not the only people buying those books. Just saying.
Okay. All right. Sure. I thought this scene was great because Tiffany is like, she just wants romance so bad. And she's pining over the characters in this romance novel in front of Jake.
Yeah, she's repressing her rage. Yeah, as we've discussed. Yeah.
So wait, if Mark and Tiffany ever hooked up, if he's straight as an arrow, as you're saying, and he hooks up with Tiffany, I think if this was written in an episode, Jake would have a problem with it. I think
probably
his character would have a problem with it, whereas we are not to be even talked about that Tiffany might have a problem with all of his horn dogging, right?
But to be fair, which we'll get to later in the episode, he does ask Tiffany's advice.
That's fucking insane to me.
It is
insane. It's insanity. He's asking his ex-girlfriend how to be more romantic with his new girlfriend. It's bad enough he's shoving it in her face. The unbridled rage is brimming to the surface.
We'll get there, and I have thoughts on it, but we'll get there. Yes, you're right. It is unhinged that he would ask that, but Tiffany's response makes me think one thing. She's repressing serious rage.
Yes.
We'll get into that. Anyways, next scene, they're in the hallway. Tiffany is talking about this new book, this new romance novel, Castles in the Wind. And then who strolls in but the most ripped character in this show, Sly. He's got
just a tank top.
Just a tank top and jeans, the 90s tuxedo.
And his white jacket is tied around his waist as well.
Yeah.
And he flippantly says he got on the track team. We never see the track team in this episode. The track team is only there as a catalyst, so he gets a fucking letter jacket.
He needs the Letterman jacket. And back then, that was a symbol of status, okay? That would
1994.
Back then that meant something.
No, this is like old ass writers from the fucking 50s and 60s writing this in. I don't think anybody gave their letter jacket to their girl anymore.
Bro, Varsity Blues? Ever heard of it? James Vanderbeek? Ever heard of him?
George and I saw this in the theater together.
That's what I thought, right? And what was the most important thing to those kids? Being on the football team and getting the Letterman jacket. And what was the most important thing to the girls? Being able to wear their boyfriend's Letterman jacket. Thank you.
Or wanting to live their own life. That's what it was. So we're gonna jump to Sharky's.
Now, at first, when this scene opened in Sharky's, and he was talking to his girlfriend as if it was a restaurant, a fancy French restaurant. I legitimately thought, wow, they're really skimping on set design. But then this was a good little joke thing that they did. I legitimately thought that they were trying to pass off the same exact set of Sharkies as a different location. But that wasn't the case. That was my mistake. I'm pretty sure he makes in this scene where they were talking about how shallow he is, and he's like, I'm not shallow, I just want more money. And it was a good joke. It was good. Just gonna say that. Anyways, so we cut to, he's from the hallway, he's got his Letterman jacket, he's taking his girlfriend out to give her the Letterman jacket and tell her that he loves her. But it starts with him trying to fool her into thinking that he took her to a fancy French restaurant. And there were two jokes here. When he tells Tony to try and make them believe that it's a French restaurant, Tony says "lay tip," hilarious. And then as Sly is getting his girlfriend settled at the table, he goes, Garcon.
I love that. I love the Garcon.
Hilarious.
Nobody called him on it.
Hilarious. Now, that's extra funny because I routinely, just to be a dick, say garçon at restaurants because I think it's hilarious.
Oh, well, because, okay, I only knew about garçon because of Pulp Fiction. All right. And then she comes over and she's like, garçon means boy. She said that to a woman. But I thought in this scene, I was like, there's no way Nikki Cox fucking believes this horse shit. And then I'm glad that they quickly.
She sniffed right through it.
Yeah. And again, this could have been a really lame joke that she could have been the dumb blind girl. And then they have to keep doing this. But they nipped it right in the bud, which was
because
cool.
All of her other senses are heightened.
This might be visual. I just wanted to. So Tony is playing a guy named Pierre. James, can you put I'm going to give you a link. Can you put this link up and play it for me real quick?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay. Again, if this doesn't work, I'll cut it out. But this is. I wanted to talk about the extended universe and maybe how this is all connected. Okay, so this was, if you could turn on the sound too, because it's just us, okay?
Oh my god! All right, I need to open Opera. Hang on a second.
While James sets this up, this was a video that we put out in the first season, okay? And
this is just something I've been kind of pondering over the last 12 episodes.
Yeah, just listen.
The font of California Dreams, there's different colored letters. It's always the same, but so I was wondering, I was like, what do these letters mean? I'm going to be a cryptographer here, and I'm going to Da Vinci code the shit out of this. So I took down all the letters that were different colors, and I put them in a list to try to find an anagram that might have some clue about the mysteries of the show. Maybe we could find out what the timeline is so screwy. Okay. So the letters are ARN, RNR, KPKA, YIE, EILR, MICE. And I got this anagram that said kink reclaim, Warren Pierre. So who's Pierre?
Okay. Who's Pierre? We don't know yet.
Kink is he reclaiming? Okay, you can stop it there, James.
There's been a friend.
We have finally found Pierre.
Okay. So first of all, you're using clips from fucking Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code. It's not just you and Zach in that. Okay. So
there's no audio.
It is highly unlikely that you'll be able to use that. I don't know what copyrighted music that is either, but let's go with it. All right. We have a thread here. Pierre. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I was just, I'll probably cut all of it out. I was just saying. Okay, so can I just talk about something else in this scene that really
let's
bothers
hear
me or that I love? So first of all, Tony is working at Sharky's. We haven't seen him working all season at Sharky's. It's only when the plot calls for it, just so he could be the waiter here. But there's some silverware on the table that we need to talk about. All right. So I've been to some restaurants where they put silverware on the table and it's like your job, but like there's just a cylinder there with like a hodgepodge of a shitload of silverware. There's like 7 spoons and a corkscrew in there. There's nothing that would, like for finger food that would be useful. Am I wrong?
Yeah, well, it's like high school cafeteria restaurant. I mean, that I've seen worse.
Okay.
That's and I also think since the resolution is 8-bit, I don't know if we can necessarily make out with detail what is in that cup. Let me see if I can get to a tighter shot here.
No, it's definitely. I counted the spoons. There's a lot of spoons.
Listen, there are spoons, forks, and knives, all type of cutlery you could possibly
Look at
need.
that. No.
Fork, spoon, knife. End of discussion.
It's a 3-top table. No.
You might, but see, you might not be eating anything that requires a utensil, so they just put it all in a cup in the center, and you grab it as you need it. What are they serving here? Pizza and burgers? Like, if you eat pizza with a fork and a knife, you should be put in jail.
Okay, true. No argument from me. This was the scene where I did laugh because this is where Sly wants to tell Nikki Cox that he loves her, and then at the same time she tells him that she's moving. She's going to Chicago. I think she's from Chicago or something.
No, she's moving to Chicago.
She got into a school, and she
school.
said, I can finally get in this school, and it will really help me to teach blind kids. So I wasn't supposed to laugh at that part, but I did. Like, what a line.
That's pretty fucked up, dude. She's trying to get back. She's trying to give back. She's trying to give back, and there are like multiple moments in this episode that are not taking a stab at some dark, twisted fantasy you have. I don't even know. Why would you laugh at that?
I don't know.
Well, we need to. We should unpack that. But
the rest of the episode is just complete fucking hijinks and slapstick. Okay, you have one really heavy plot, and it has to be counterweighed by like ridiculous, like there's a dream sequence coming up that I'm dreading talking about. Like Tony and Jake are just complete fucking idiots, and they dress up as fucking D'Artagnan from Three Musketeers and have a fencing duel. Like, come on.
It was hilarious.
So, no, but we're going to go to the loft, and this is where Jake starts asking Tiffany about how to woo his new girlfriend, and she just answers him. You know?
She wasn't at all disturbed, which makes me think that when she goes home at night, she's counting down the days until she starts slowly poisoning him with bug spray.
Oh, okay. So not like active shooter, but
she's so
slow
chipperly.
Arsenic.
She's so chipperly. Is that a word? Chipperly?
I think just chipper.
She was so chipper about offering him advice on how to, both of them, but in particular Jake, that I think that she's up to something. Yeah.
Okay.
She's definitely up to something.
They somehow
she's suppressing a lot of rage.
Yeah. Yes. Apparently.
And the book is like this metaphor for what she wishes her and Jake's relationship could have been.
I get it. They fucked something up from the book. It's not even worth talking about. Lorena gets upset. She starts speaking Spanish.
No, it is worth talking about because it's hilarious. I thought the observe thing was hilarious.
Okay.
I thought the observe little thing that they did was hilarious. So in the book, the heartthrob takes a trinket that he received from his lover and drops it in a lake, and she goes, "Why did you do that?" And he says, "So I always know where it is." And so
I still don't get it.
Jake and Tony get the idea that they're going to drop gifts that their girlfriends gave them into the pond that's conveniently right outside of this house.
They live in a moat or something.
Yeah, it makes sense. That honestly is like how's the foundation? Like it was right. They didn't even throw it out the window. They just
we heard a
dropped it right
plunk
out.
sound, so it sounds
Yeah.
like this is high up on something.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, so they do this whole little observe bit, and I thought that was funny. I laughed. And then their girlfriends come in and they throw gifts that were given to them out the window, and that of course makes the girlfriends angry. And
well, Lorena starts speaking Spanish here, and she says something like, "You are crazy in the head. I cannot believe you did that." I'm paraphrasing.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
That seems to be a recurring thing with her. When she gets mad, she'll start speaking Spanish, which is like the only cultural, relativity that we might see in this show.
100%. Yeah.
I think it's interesting that when Nikki Cox comes in, when Allison comes in, she's also kind of making fun of Sly because he has a strong cologne. Like, even Sly's girlfriend hates him. Like, I found that completely telling. Do you think that she calls him a ferret face after she touches his face?
She doesn't hate him. She loves him, and she just recognizes the smell of his almost certainly terrible smelling cologne.
What do you think he has? Like Aspen around the time?
I don't, I have never been like a big cologne person, so I wouldn't necessarily be the person to ask there, but I'm sure whatever it is, it smells horrible.
Yeah. It's
and
like
he thinks it smells great.
Before Axe.
Yeah, before Axe. Anyways, so she comes in and she's lamenting because she's been trying to call Sly and Sly's been avoiding her calls. And then who shows up but Sly?
Yeah.
Once he realizes his girlfriend is there, he tries to play it off. Was he trying to be like a housemaid or something?
Dude, he did this at least 3 times in the episode, and I'm not going to recount each one with you.
Yeah, all right. So, anyways,
it doesn't matter. She doesn't buy it any of the times.
She, and he knows that she doesn't. But he does make a funny joke where he's like, "Man, I need to get a different cologne."
Okay, yeah, right. I think it's the only reason they brought up the setup was so they could have the punchline at the end.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump to Sharky's, and I only have one note here. Tiffany sits Sly down. She's like, "Dude, come on, what are you fucking it up with Allison for?" And I had a real moment of like ponderance here. I was like, "Fuck," because Sly's like, "This is none of your business," and she's like, "It is my business. You're my friend." And I was like, "Oh my god, is Tiffany Sly's only real friend?" Because the rest of the people just dog on him all the time. Is Tiffany the only legitimately nice person to Sly? Because it's definitely not his fucking parents, right?
I mean, you may be right. You may be onto something there. Who is Pierre?
You can't say that. I don't think I'm going to keep it in.
Who is? You have to now. I mean, you have to. Tiffany's the only one who knows heartbreak. Tiffany's the only one who knows sadness.
She doesn't know heartbreak. She has bottled it in.
Tiffany is the only person who knows the infinite sadness of a nihilistic worldview.
That's true.
Just look at her.
Anyway, Sly does not. He doesn't want to hear it. So that's the whole point of that scene was.
But he does. She's so in an attempt to try and elicit some emotion. She asks him to come to a romantic movie that everyone goes to.
The whole band. The whole band goes to see this fucking romance movie.
Band goes to see the romance movie, and see here now. Here's why I think your Mark is gay thing is out of line.
I didn't say Mark is gay. I was just
it's
offering
a little out of line because all of them go and they're all openly weeping at this obviously bad romance movie.
But Sly is not. But he's a sociopath, so I did not expect him to feel anything for this.
I didn't either. But and I can't remember what the exact line was that triggered this, but this is what brings us to the horrible dream sequence that you were dreading talking about.
Wait, I have one question before that, and there's a point where Sly takes a good and plenty box and blows through it.
Yeah.
You say it like that, but I have never heard of this. I Googled it. Google had never heard of it.
Dude, there's a thing that you can do with cardboard boxes like that, where it's like a harmonica, or like you use the box as like a reed, and it goes, yeah, 100%. You never did that as a kid? Well, you're missing out.
We used to drink from the hose outside and we were fine.
Yeah, I had to walk uphill both ways to school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about the dream sequence, because we get the oh, what's it gonna be like, and then like whoop, 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 and then the pink border around it. So
yeah, and they're all really old, and apparently in the future, Sharky's becomes a retirement home where they all live.
I love that. The only part I love is that all the patrons got older. Like there's no new customers.
Well, the school is so good, you don't ever have to leave.
It's
like
the school cafeteria. Are these people still in school? Is like Sharky's? Is the
all the kids grew up and they had to serve the changing
they work at the school, you think? Or like the school is just like adult daycare center?
It has become
hours?
a retirement home. Yeah, that's the only logical conclusion here. They're all eating
the patrons
different
got
colored
older,
Jell-O.
but there's still arcade machines there. Come
well,
on.
When was the last time you went to an old person's home? There's a bunch of relics from the past that aren't relevant today, but you have to make the old folks feel comfortable and things that they know.
Did you notice all the old folks, like they didn't do any makeup on these? They just gave them like stupid wigs and mustaches, and they all gave them Parkinson's.
Yeah,
like
they were all shaking rather violently. And yeah, the no makeup did bother me, because for how gray their hair was, their body was,
their skin was immaculate.
Obviously absent of wrinkles. And it really wasn't selling it. But yeah, that flashback was way too long. It could have been way shorter than that.
We could have got a music scene, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, we got none of those this episode.
They could have like played her a song, that like a going away song or something. They could have done Castles in a Quicksand. I don't give a shit.
You're just asking for too much, buddy.
Tiff finishes the book. The two idiot guys, they really want to know what happens, and then they're like, "Hey, look, an 8-foot wave," and she looks the other way, and they steal the book. Is an 8-foot wave that big of a deal in California?
Yes. Okay, that's front page news.
No, I've seen Deep Rising. It's a common occurrence.
It's not, and to kids, that's all that matters. All right. Okay, these kids, they never show this in the show, but they all love surfing, and they all surf at a professional surfer level.
So Nikki Cox comes back in. Sly does the thing again where he pretends to be somebody else. And this is when he pretends to be Tony. And it's like kind of problematic.
Yeah, that was a little little dicey.
But 1994, baby, it was totally okay.
What did he say?
He did like, he was kind of doing like a I have a dream speech cadence to his voice. Or like a Sunday morning preacher, like a Baptist preacher.
No, but he said a specific line. Hang on, I'm watching the CCs. Hang on. Oh yeah, can I get an amen?
Yeah. Okay.
I've never heard Tony say that.
Yes.
And
if he said Googamoo or something, that would have made more sense.
Yeah. You know, it was a little out of pocket.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to the loft, where they're having a going away party for Nikki. I guess these are all her friends.
Supposedly.
And then we finally see. Oh God, I don't know. Tony and Jake dress up as musketeers or something, whatever.
Yeah.
But we finally see Tony and Sam kiss. This is literally the first kiss that we've seen. There was a fucking big to do about it with like all the other couples, but like Tony and Sam just doesn't get it. So. Whatever. And
but I want to say no. Okay. There's another, maybe it's the kiss on the balcony where it looked like there was a little bit of a recoil that maybe it was a little forced. But then again, now I'm thinking about it, she's blind, so she might be a little surprised.
What? She's not good at kissing?
No, she's just surprised when he's that close to her. Maybe she can't. Maybe she can't see that he's
she
right
can smell his cologne getting stronger. What are you talking about?
Maybe all of her senses are stronger.
Dude,
and look, I appreciated the choreography of the fight sequence. Okay, the moving of the cake. That is classic bit comedy right there. They move the cake like 3 times, and then it ends up getting smashed in the faces of their girlfriends. That is class. It's like Benny Hill grade stuff right there.
That is, yeah. That is really Mark's only purpose in this, because Mark was really relegated to the fucking D plot for this episode. And like, he finally gets something, and he gets the good punchline, the good physical comedy punchline at the end.
He's only really had one major plot line, and that was his introduction. But that's fine.
True. We haven't seen shit from Mark since then, and he's not going to get with Tiffany, so that's not a thread.
Yeah, just keep saying that, and he will. So just saying.
So anyway, we go outside. The second outside shot in California Dreams history, and what is it again? It's another breakup. I can't fucking believe it.
Is it a breakup though?
So CD here, California Dreams, is tackling LD here, which is long distance relationships. And like, they do it beautifully.
Is it a breakup?
It's a breakup because they're like, because even she says, she's like, but you said we can visit and we can write each other. And he's like, it's not going to be the same. You're going to be around a bunch of new people. And we know what that means. You're going to find some blind guy, basically.
Wow.
Sly is not staying monogamous while a girl he's with, it leaves the
well,
zip
that is
code.
true. That is true. He couldn't even stay monogamous when she was in the same zip code. Yeah.
Oh, right. We didn't even talk about the date he was going to go on to like move on.
Well, it's such an irrelevant point of this episode. It was introduced and dismissed so fast,
I noticed here that Sly looks very short next to Allison because she's probably in heels. So, you know what else are short? Rats. So maybe there's something to this.
There's actually a rat in his hair that's directing his movement.
It's crazy. So yeah, they end up breaking up. It's kind of an adult breakup. They're like, I love you, but
I guess you're right. I guess you're right, because there was no awe or applause when they kissed. It was kind of like a sad moment. Yeah,
it was a little solemn.
So,
and now officially, we will never see her again. So her arc is completed.
Like, are you saying that because you know for sure, or
I'm positive on this one? I know I cried wolf last time, but
that's a real bummer.
This is a wrap.
She was the best thing to happen to this show since the beginning of season 3.
Sly's been in love before, but like, he dated
Not
Tiffany
like this.
For,
it wasn't
for an
like
episode,
this.
and he was gonna do a surfer ceremony with her, basically. Like, I don't know. It's basically like an abstinence ring that they would be giving each other, and he was head over heels for her. He was like gonna stop his horn dog ways, but. Now so he does fall for girls, but there's only specific ones. And yeah, it's not going to be for Allison. So he has Kate Blanchett to just be like a complete asshole to every other girl from now on.
I want to say at some point there was a joke in there where they were like making a joke about her being blind, but then they're like, hey, stop picking on her. That's not the worst thing. She's dating Sly. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, that was also a funny
in the
moment.
Beginning of the episode where they asked Jake, like, what is it because she's blind? She's like, no, she's dating Sly.
She's dating Sly. Yeah,
obviously a disability.
That was a good one. And ultimately, she's gonna live a fulfilling life, teaching blind kids how to be blind and not having to date Sly.
It's gonna poke the eyes out of sighted kids, I think. Just
that's what that school is. It's actually a torture facility.
It's like it's the Bird Box.
Yeah,
people.
It's the prequel we didn't even know we needed.
Oh God, that's beautiful. Well, that's going to do it for that episode. I mean, it's a musicless episode. It's a bandless episode, but
And it was a real bummer.
It was a bummer, but you know what? They did tackle teenage love and like how to kind of properly end things, which is something that we actually
even though
do have
Sly
to do.
didn't do that the entire episode. Yeah, sure.
Well, it's the same thing Jake did. You weren't on here then, but like when Jenny was leaving, Jake just was a complete asshole to her. He was just white fanging her the entire time, you know, and then they tried to sabotage her audition for this Rome conservatory because he didn't want her to go. So like none of the men in this show are emotionally mature whatsoever, except Tony.
Yeah, Tony's like completely free of any of the white nonsense.
Can I get an amen on that?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You can't.
He was running around trying to reenact Three Musketeers.
Well, that is true. They did suck him in for he couldn't
Well, it
escape
wasn't even
that
Three
one.
Musketeers. Like, I mean, even though
They
you
got him-
probably that was IP friendly, it was
They got
probably
him
like
dressed up. Yeah, exactly. They got him dressed up in period attire, correct period attire for nothing.
wow. Well, George, did you like the episode?
I appreciated the Nikki Cox having one of the best performances on the show so far. I didn't hate the episode, but like I said earlier, it was definitely the first time where I stopped and thought we are so far from where we started.
This took 3 writers to make this episode happen. That is bonkers to me.
You know, I'll go ahead and I'll say that the production value was good. It wasn't bad. It's just not what it was. It's definitely, I definitely thought it was more Saved by the Bell like.
Well, I mean, get ready for that because that's going to be like the rest of the series. Is that they found a formula that works? They're sticking to it. Like we're in the crux of where the show is. If it was on for 5 seasons, season 3 is like hit. So it's kind of a bummer, but this is, you know, hopefully we'll have great character actors to kind of like guide us through, you know, across the river Styx here.
If I had to guess where I saw episodes of this show when I was a kid, it was probably from this era here because I remember watching it and thinking, I don't know why this show isn't advertised more or more people are aware of it because this is the type of stuff I remember watching as a kid thinking, this is like Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. And kids love Saved by the Bell, so give them this, you know. You guys like Neapolitan ice cream? Here's another flavor. Sorry.
I like Neapolitan pizza.
Is it Neapolitan? The one with
Neapolitan is
3?
already 3 flavors.
Yeah, okay. Also, I bought a Neapolitan like pint of ice cream one time and it was just vanilla. And I took a photo and I was like, this is bullshit.
No, that was the
nobody's
brand.
gonna believe me.
That
Nobody's
was the
gonna believe me.
brand, Neapolitan.
No, it was
That's
definitely
hilarious.
Ice
the
cream
cover. The
sucks.
cover had the white.
That's just their
chocolate and
brand.
the red.
It's
Okay.
just their logo.
Wow, you're gaslighting me now. That's what's going on.
Well,
James, do you
Pixar
wanna-
didn't happen.
We did not have any band stuff, so we have no awards to give out. But we
Nope.
would like to play a game where James is going to guess the plot of the next episode based on the title alone.
Let's hear it.
The next episode is called Trust Me. Season 3, Episode 7, Trust Me.
Thanks for the clues.
I'm going to guess that it's going to be Sly is going to get them into a situation
Okay.
that they're all going to hate, but they're going to end up loving in the end, or at least having some fun hijinks with along the way.
Okay.
You scored 0 points
God
Valiant effort, though.
damn it.
when a confused Mark kisses Lorena. A jealous Jake reacts by ending their friendship, prompting the rest of the gang to try and help smooth things over between them.
Well, we got
there you
2
go,
answers.
Pete.
2
there
answers.
you go, buddy.
2 answers.
How does it feel to be so wrong? Now you know how I feel.
Mark is apparently not gay, and then Jake would react violently if anybody stepped on his woman. But it wasn't with Tiffany. We are specifically saying that they are putting the kibosh, they're annexing, they're retconning the relationship that he had with Tiffany. Although the fans haven't forgotten.
Look. I wouldn't rule out that through this, Mark discovers his love for Tiffany.
Let's hope. But he's going to see how violent Jake reacts. So he's like, I better not shit where I eat kind of thing. So
At this point, I'm convinced Jake and Tiffany never dated.
that's definitely what they're kind of setting up.
Pixar didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
they never
happened
talk
in
about
season
it.
2 stays in season 2. It's like Vegas.
Who gets advice from their ex-girlfriend about how to be romantic?
I'm sure that's happened.
A sadist does.
Polyamorous people, the worst. Anyway, that's going to do it for our episode here. We're going to talk about Trust Me next week on Surf Dudes with Attitude. If you guys want to write the show, it's surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the like, and write a review on whatever podcatcher that you guys use. That'd be fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikki Cox, for like blessing the show with your talent.
That, Nikki, if you're listening, this was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Your contributions here really carried me through. I'll never forget the laughs and the tears. And I really hope that whatever you're doing in Chicago was worth crushing everyone's dreams the way that you have.
I really wish an actual blind person would have played in the show. Let's cancel Nikki Cox. Like, let's get this going and be like, how dare you? Like when they had Zach Morris, they brought when they brought Mark Paul Gosselaar out and they showed pictures of him like wearing a full Indian headdress and Native American headdress. And then he had to come out and publicly apologize for something he did on Saved by the Bell. Let's do that to Nikki Cox.
Yeah, all we need
to getting on the show.
We only need 250,000 signatures to get this on the desk of the president right now.
Or $5 million. So
probably less. I'm sure they would accept a little bit less than that. Okay.
Okay. Well, guys, it's been real. Until next time.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang! Wu-Tang!
This has been a Waning Moon production.